Nick, what does it take in a game like this past one against San Jose State to kind of stay composed, stay the course, even when things weren't going your way?
Man, I think it just takes belief. I don't think there was really a second I really doubted that we would lose that game. I knew they came out hot, ready to play. I mean, that's kind of been the story. Like all the teams we faced this year, just come ready to play, especially when they're at Viejas. During pregame, actually, one of the players whispered, "Man, is it like this like every game? Like, is the crowd like this every game?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." So I know they were definitely excited to be out there. They played well, but just belief and just like you said, staying composed.
You haven't been shooting it great, but you've been doing a lot of other stuff. I mean, a lot of high assist games, high steal games, 9 rebounds. Have you sort of adjusted your role in this team?
I'm just playing hard. I mean, if the shots fall, they fall. I'm trying to stay confident, take them. Hopefully, I'll break through that wall, but just playing hard and doing whatever I can to win.
Is there something that you've seen that allowed you to get? 9 rebounds is a lot for a guard. 6 assists is a lot on this team.
Man, I've been rebounding like that my whole life, just playing at the park. I know, point guard gets the rebound, he can go play the break. So that's just my mindset. Is that as much as I can sneak in there to grab a rebound, I just try to get it and go.
Do you have a theory on why this team struggles more at home than it does on the road? I mean, you're 7-2 in the road. You have some really big wins, one in some really hard places.
No real theory. I mean, I guess you could just say the energy sometimes could be overwhelming in a sense for a team who never really, been in a situation or position like that. A lot of guys who first year in a bigger role. So, at times it can be overwhelming. I know we all feel pressure at some sorts, but just learning how to deal with that and just play our game at home.
The biggest adjustment, just from a league perspective, your first time out west, what has that experience been like compared to when you were at FAU?
Man, I just say definitely more personal. At FAU, kind of was in the Conference USA, so it was very competitive. But then we went to the American, so it was kind of like the start of a new chapter. But just here, you feel the personal battles from years and years, and you can definitely sense the feel of wanting to beat San Diego State because of how successful this program has been in this league.
Go back to Air Force, San Jose State. A lot of times out there, well, this is the youth that you have on your team. Is that a factor in some of these games that you've struggled? Just kind of young and not having played together?
I wouldn't necessarily say the struggles is because of our youth. When you play basketball, you always got a chance to struggle, not shoot great, miss an assignment. I think the youth comes into play when you talk about winning those type of games, and I think we took a step in the right direction. This last game, a couple games ago, I think we might have. UNLV. Look at UNLV. We were right there, and we just couldn't get over that hump. So, for me, I feel like we took a step forward with the San Jose game, being down 20 to a team who shot almost 50% from three. I just think it comes down to just having the experience to win those type of gritty games, and good teams usually, even when they play bad, win those games.
Coach Cheshire's teams have had an incredible record in February. Yeah. And he always talks about that all season. You hear it, really get better, really get better. Do you kind of see that, and do you feel like you guys are about to hit this stride? It's insane.
Yeah, I know. Not to jinx it. I hope so. We come in here, ready to work. That's the one thing I love about this group. We have fight. Even the games we lost, we try to fight as much as we can till the buzzer went off, and then. You talk about February, that's getting ready for March, so it's time to, put all your eggs in one basket and really focus and buy into what the team needs to do to win.
Do you see all those pieces coming together, though?
You talk about our last 2 games. Nevada, we came out hot, played hard. You talk about Magoon Guelph starting to, step into his own, be aggressive, be physical, grab rebounds, hit big shots. So, and you look at the freshmen who've been playing well as well. Just kind of up to, kind of the older guys in a sense to get this thing going in the right direction.
Have you ever been around a player playing against or with that has a skill set similar to the Wins?
Nah, I haven't. My FAU team, our 4-man was 6'2", so it's a first to see him put the ball on the ground and take some of the shots. You're like, oh snap, and then it goes in, or you can kind of get beat sometimes on defense, and he'll be right there to clean it up. It's a luxury, and I love playing with him. I love how much of a dog he's became throughout the season, just being more aggressive, being more physical. You look at Nevada. I mean, 15 and 15, and then to come back home and have 20-plus points when we needed it bad. I mean, we were down 20, and without his performance, it would have been even tougher.
Also, what does it say about this team that you do without a starting player like Jared Coleman-Jones, who's as much basketball as he played, have Miles Heide step in and others, and still find a way to win?
I mean, it talks about the depth. I mean, I feel like we all had to, step up at certain times. You talk about Taj, who's been stepping up, playing big-time basketball for us as a freshman. Farrell had big-time games for us when we needed it most. And then Heide, a dude who always comes in the gym ready to work every single day, never complains. And when he got his opportunity, he was ready and he played real hard, and we needed that.
What kind of adjustment is Miles just starting as opposed to coming off the bench? Like, what kind of mental hurdle is that, if anything, given that opportunity this past game?
Mentality-wise, it's the same thing, really. You never know when I can come off the bench when I'm not starting, but I think it's the same type of thing, just like getting ready to go out there and play and picking up where the starters left off. But it's the same thing as just going out there and giving it my all the first couple minutes.
You've been playing great lately. The players have all talked about it. What do you think? What have you seen out there? What are you feeling out there? Sort of about that?
Just being myself, really. I mean, I've struggled a couple games, but I kind of just look back and just like, how do I play? And that's kind of just what I've stuck to the past couple games.
Is there one thing that you focused on, whether it's offensive boards or direction or defense?
Obviously, offensive boards. We didn't get as much as we should have last game, but defense is one thing. Just trying to keep my man in front of me, let him score the least amount of points, make the least amount of impact he can.
Are you aware that Viola didn't score in that game?
Yeah, I was.
First time before, I went and looked back and looked. First time 47 games he hasn't scored. Is that?
He didn't shoot a shot, so.
He didn't shoot a shot.
Yeah.
What's going through your mind collectively? You've been in a couple of these holes, like Air Force at home, it's 20-8. San Jose State is 31-10. How do you stay collected when you're in those situations where it feels like your back's against the wall?
The biggest thing for us is even when times are going bad, we still got to stay together. Same thing as when times are going good. We can't fall off our train and how we play. I think that was the biggest thing, was just us coming together. And I mean, we knew that we could make a run. We knew that we could come back. We knew we could win the game. So it was just of doing it together.
Talk a little bit about the competition in the Mountain West. I feel like year after year it keeps getting better, where maybe a Wyoming team in past years might be a guarantee, but nothing is guaranteed. How do you guys keep focused knowing that every game is a big game no matter who you're playing with?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's hard to win college basketball games in general. So regardless of who the opponent is, we still got to bring in our A game every single day, because we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard regardless of who we're playing. And, San Jose State beat Utah State, so any team can be beaten, so we just got to bring it in every game.
What role is the crowd playing in games like that down the stretch? When it's as loud as it was on Tuesday, what role does that have for you and the team?
It just keeps the momentum going, really. I mean, once we start making shots, the crowd gets louder. It just keeps on going, which is great.
Do you have a theory on why this team seems to be a little bit better on the road? That's a really good road. They struggled at times.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's not us giving respect to our opponents, but sometimes we just come out flat and we're not mentally focused as much as we are on the road, which is something we struggle with all season. But we got to make sure that we can keep going on building on that. That's the biggest thing for us.
There was a stretch in that game where you got the ball inside, and you could see Dutch wanted you to go. You went and you missed, and you got it back again. And we talked about this post-game press conference, and you scored. And he was really proud that you didn't shy away from the single. What was going through your mind the second time you got it in there?
I mean, the first time I faded. I didn't think I'd had a bad move. I faded on the shot. It was short. So the second time I was just like, got to go through his chest, got to go up towards the basket. And that was the biggest thing for winning.
How can wins like, obviously it's nice to win by 19 points, but wins like the Air Force and against San Jose State, how can those type of wins help this team going forward?
I mean, well, like I said earlier, every team is good, and it's hard to win college basketball games. So, I mean, San Jose State has had close games almost every game. Colorado State was really their only blowout. So, I mean, they're a good team, and they're a really good offensive team, coached by Tim Miles. He's pretty good. So, I mean, it's better to learn from a win than a loss, is what I'd say.
What are your thoughts on Reese? We haven't seen him comes out here every day, on every road trip, but he can't play.
Yeah.
Do you have any sense of how hard that must be?
No, I've never had that experience. I've never really sat out from a season. But I know that he wants to be out here. I know that he wants to make an impact as much as he can, even though he's not playing. His leadership is very dear to us. I mean, he's not a very verbal guy, but he's in here every single day. He's working with Serge, he's working with Marsh. So, I mean, he's leading off the court, which is perfect for us.